Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we are working on an implementation of dbus. This is in the context of our window manager. So we are trying to write a Wayland compositor. We don't have to justify why, it's just a thing that we want to do. And part of what that compositor needs to do is he needs to talk to the system, right? He's going to need to like render stuff on the screen somehow, right? How does he do that? The way he does that right now is he just kind of says like, he just kind of says like, hey, I would like to open dev dri card 0, who is a, my GPU, right? The handle that the kernel gives us to like render stuff, right? The problem is that like, if, 5 processes did this and they all tried to draw at the same time, what the fuck would happen? They would all fight each other, right? And so you need some sort of like arbitration of who is actually allowed to touch these things, right? In fact, the API to the kernel has this call like DRM mode set maybe it's like DRM set master or something, right? And only one person can do this. So what happens if I have 2 users logged into my system and I type switch user and all of a sudden like I go to user 2's window manager and he is trying to draw stuff. Well, user 1 already is drawing stuff, right? They need to like coordinate somehow. And so there is this program that runs on systemd based Linux distributions. Systemd login D. This is like a he's like owned by root or like run by root and exposes API for resource management or like negotiation, negotiation, let's say, right? And what you're supposed to do is like user A window manager 1 window manager A is supposed to say like instead of this, he's supposed to say, login D, can you give me a handle to the GPU? Right? Oopsies. And login D will do that. But then what login D will also do is he'll say, excuse me, please let go. Right? He's gonna be like, yo, you have to let go. And in fact, he can like force him to let go because he can give him like a file descriptor that like kind of pipes through himself, so he can kind of like revoke access if he wants. And then he will notify user B when you switch to user B, hey, user B, you can now use this resource. Here you go. And the way that you talk to this guy is through this protocol dbus. So dbus is hand wavy Unix socket sits on like somewhere, right? Clients connect to socket and they will register like APIs with this guy, right? So if I go into like just my terminal and I type qdbus, we can see that there for the session bus for my user, there somebody has registered org gtk settings, right? And if I like go and look at that thing, there's a bunch of like objects in org gtk settings, and if I look at one of these objects like gtk config, I can see all of the functions that I can call in this thing. So dbus is kind of like routing my queries through like this main process that's managing the bus. And if I were to call these functions, I would like send to the bus, hey, can you tell the provider of org gtk settings at the path of modules gtk config, can you tell him that I want to know the gtk theme? And it will like bounce through. It'll go like bus, I like send my thing over here, he sends it to like gtk provider, right? Provider, which I think actually in this case is kde. Then he will like send his response back and we will get it. Be a little happy, right? So we are trying to implement this flow. This uses some sort of like custom protocol, and so yesterday we were trying to like figure out what that was. We got to the point where we could negotiate that we are allowed to talk to this guy, and then we sent our first message. We sent hello, and as far as we can tell, this comes back with a response. We haven't parsed the response yet, but there is a response. So I think the plan for today is try to like take this thing that we've done where we've like initialized a connection to the dbus bus, and maybe take it a little further, right? So we should parse this response, understand what he's telling us back, and then maybe be able to send other function, like send a function with parameters, right? So right now we are using dbus root object, maybe is what we're looking at. Hello? Hello? Hurry up, thank you. Okay. So I think it was here they talk about like root object or maybe dbus. This guy, maybe? Oopsies. Hold on. Hold on. Is this guy, I think? Where did we find this? Who are we even talking to? Serialize hello message. So this guy, yeah, he messages this guy. So can we look at like spec? Oh my god, dude. Spec. Um, here it was like this interface, but oh, maybe it's this. Is what we're supposed to be looking for? Maybe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, come on. Here, this is what we're looking for. So in here, we have managed to talk to this guy, and we have managed to send hello, initial message. But there's also functions with parameters. We haven't figured out how to send a function with a parameter. We haven't figured out how to parse the response back. And then I think that I don't know if these interfaces are exposed with like XML files that we can parse and do code gen with. Maybe we should be doing that as well. And then probably we want some sort of like auto serialization. So this is very a manual way of constructing these messages. We probably want something like a little nicer. So let's just kind of like work our way through those. We'll kind of see where we end up. But I'm hoping we get to the point where we have like a kind of nice dbus library that we can use to talk to something else in like a nice formatted way. But we'll see. We shall see. So this hello response, I think we assume that it follows the same kind of like way of talking that the dbus request happened in. We don't, I guess we should open the dbus spec. But I think that we are going to get some sort of header, and we need to parse this header in a similar way as our writer. So we know that we are going to first see, 8 bytes, I think, of, this is 12 bytes of stuff that has like specific, meaning. And then I think that we start having like this dynamic header list that we need to parse. So let's kind of take a look. Let's take a look. Is this under marshalling? Where was this message format here? Okay, so this is what we're referencing here. We first start parsing this thing and then we move on. So we'll make a dbus reader. Do we need to know our positions? Yeah, because we need to know our position to handle alignment. Fields are like aligned to specific boundaries, so we need to keep track of how many bytes we've read from the reader. We will make a dbus reader here, and I think that we'll just kind of do like the inverse of what we were doing in the writer, right? So we'll have like a read byte, and he will return a U8, right? And he's gonna have a reader inside him instead. And I think we're just gonna be like self reader take byte. And we're gonna try this. This can fail. And if this succeeds, we're going to increment our position, right? We have moved 1 byte forwards. Okay, so then we can call this a few times, right? We can call like var dbus reader, dbus reader is this thing that it like wraps the IO reader with an initial position of 0. And we can do a few times self like dbus reader read byte. And the first byte is we're expecting this to be endianness, so we're gonna do enum I guess it's like a int to enum of this thing. Nice. So this thing might fail. Does he needs the tag here. So we're looking for a endianness here. Like this. This thing needs to be tried. And if this fails, return error invalid endian, we'll say. Okay. Then the second byte is the message type. So this is the same thing. Do we have message type? Message type we called it. We shouldn't fucking abbreviate, but we do sometimes. Invalid message type. This is probably more like unimplemented, but whatever. All objects have a standard interface that lets you introspect them. It gives you XML with the whole structure. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So maybe as like our code gen, well, like I want to be able to code gen without like the interface up. You know what I mean? But I guess maybe like we don't have a choice. But that's worth, yeah, there's probably something there. I would assume that there's like XML kind of like on the internet somewhere for each interface as well, but we'll see. Okay, so then we have flags, which is we don't have a enum type for this yet, so we'll just kind of do this. Okay, so this is flags. Then the fourth byte is the version, major version. Boom. Easy. And now we have to read a uint32. So what's kind of interesting here is the message depends on this endianness. So it means that when our reader, I think that we want to do like read uint32. How do we spell it over here? U32 like this. And I think we need to pass in the endianness. I think. And I think that we want to go like to built-in. I think. So this is like self is a dbus endianness. And we return switch self. And it's like little return little, big return big, which seems silly, but they're different numbers, so you do have to do it this way. So we are going to implement this read u32, and we're going to say, you know, we need to align forwards to a 4-byte boundary. So we're going to have to do this. Align forwards, dbus reader. And I think he's like, basically just wants to get his new position is, you know, align forward, self pause, and alignment. And we just want to like we just want to like discard bytes until then. So new pause minus self pause, and then self pause equals a new pause. Okay, and then we should be able to just like read a U32 out of this thing. So it should be like reader read int take int. Yeah, here we go. Of U32. Okay, seems good. And is that kind of it? Oh, with the endianness. So it's like endianness 2 built in. Nice. Nice. Okay. Simple. So then we have our length in bytes of the message body. Okay. And then we should be able to read the serial. Boom. And then can we, for now, just print those things? Can we do something like this? Copy, paste this, do a macro, delete around word, end of word, delete to end of line, yank word, colon, any, comma. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Nice. And then let's do this. Turn it into a string. And I guess do kind of like the same copy paste here. Whoop. But now we do macro delete around word, end, forwards, delete, comma, boom, 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 boom. Okay. And let's just see what we get here. It doesn't compile. Why the fuck would it? Expected optional type 201. Oh, this is, whoa, catch, not or else. I guess that means we can just write try. To be honest, we don't have to do a conversion here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So it looks like he's unhappy. 842. No. Sorry, wrong line. He's unhappy with 202. So message type here, he's mad, and I think we just haven't implemented all the message types yet. So here we should just do invalid, boom, 2, 3, 4, return, method, return. I guess it's kind of like this. Fits our naming scheme better. I guess we'll just say ret here so we can not collide with zig types. And then signal. Okay. Cool. So we got a little endian thing that is a return. That's good. Flags 1, which means no reply is expected. Good. Major version is 1. That's good. Body length 11. So we can probably assume that there's like an 11 length thing in this somewhere. Don't know yet. And then the serial is 1. So I think that this serial probably matches the serial that we sent over. So we said like, hey, could you give us a response for number 1? And he's like, okay, here you go, number 1. We can test this by changing the serial that we send here, right? If we send like 55 here as our serial, I'm assuming we get 55 back. No. That's surprising. That is quite surprising. Unless I didn't save. Okay, so we need to like look up this serial field because I don't understand it. Because I assume that this is how you tie back these things. Yeah, right? Serial of this message used as a cookie by the sender to identify the reply corresponding to this request, right? So the fact that this isn't changing is a little bit of a fucking problem. Like, what if I write 2? Yeah, that's quite frustrating. Oh. Oh, if a signal has reply serial. Oh. Oh, I see. We have independent serials. So the sender, the server has serials that are chunking up independently. We have ours that are chunking up independently. And we just both happened to pick one. But here, this reply serial is going to be in the header. So if we did this multiple times, I think we would see that the serial that comes back should probably increment. That would be my guess. We could be wrong there too, but it's worth checking. Oh. Okay, sure. So that's invalid for like many reasons. There's many reasons that's invalid, so we won't do that right now. We have to finish parsing the message. So let's do that. Okay, so where was this? It was here. Here. So we have an array of struct of byte variant for the header fields. So we want to do array like header field len here. Read U32. That's the first thing that comes in. If I remember correctly, the array has a bunch of structs. So next, we need to align this forward to the next 8 bytes. Each struct is aligned at 8. So we need to go like, while something consumed bytes is less than header field len, maybe? Oopsies. Fucking hate when I do that. We align to the next start of struct. We read 1 byte, which is the signature length. So each thing is like a variant. He's got like a variable type in here, right? So we read the signature len. Then we like read the type of this thing. So I think that this is actually going to be like a read string like, I think. Which is just going to be like, no. I think we want like read bytes here is just what we want. So this is going to be give me some bytes. And here we're going to have n as how many we want to read. Self pause plus equals n. And we're going to be like, give me, can I do this? It should just be like this. So here I have signature is however many bytes that it said it was going to be. And can we actually do like end header pause is going to be I guess it's like dbus reader pause plus header field len probably. So while dbus reader pause is less than end header pause, maybe? That feels kind of right. So now we read a signature, and we need to read the variant now. So depending on the signature, we are going to do different things, right? So we're going to say like, I think that the signature, I don't know if it can be like fancy, right? These signatures have like array types and stuff in them. So we need to like parse the signature probably. So we need like parse signature. And this is going to return a signature. Probably. Probably. Which I think is like a union enum, I think. Not really sure yet. So we have like definitely things to be like bytes, right? Definitely things can be U32s, right? But the other thing that we're seeing here is like array, right? Like things could be arrays. And so like this is like a recursive structure, which kind of sucks. Which means that this thing needs to be like allocated, which is kind of crazy. And I guess we have to look at all of this stuff, right? So where do they say like the type codes here? Right, byte, bool. Intrusive linked list has entered the chat. I guess that is kind of what this is. But no, I don't know if it's like exact, like, yeah, I feel like that's different, but whatever. I don't care. I16, U16, I32, U32, I64, U64. We support them all. Double and FD. These are all of the things that we can have. What about like struct? Oh, here. String object like. Whoa. I'm confused. Can this thing not return? Oh, these are basic types? Are there container types down here? Oh, so we have more here. We have array struct, which is code R. So struct variant. All right, we have all these things. Container. But I think that maybe we just don't parse these until we need them. I think that's the play right now. An array doesn't have to contain a signature. It can be an array of anything. But the array... Oh, fuck. So let's just do this. You know what? Fuck this. We're only going to look at the things that we know about right now, and we'll expand this as we need to. So we know that we need... I guess we will just see as it happens what we come up with. So for now, this will just return error unimplemented. And he won't take this allocator yet. Fuck that shit. And we will try to parse the signature and just see what happens. Parse signature. And then this probably has to be tried, right? All right, let's do this. Unused function parameter, so true. Also, you skip the header field in the byte in the array. Yeah, I definitely did, huh? I definitely did. So this is message. This is not message type. This is what is this called? Header field. It to enum to header field from this thing, catch return error. Invalid header field. All right. And then let's just print the signature here so that we can compile. All right. Unused local constant. Hello? Error unit is ignored. True. So true. What's he pissed about? He can't use type T for something that can be failed? Oh, try here probably is what he's bitch about. Yeah. And then he wants us to be, wait, parse signature will just not be a pointer now. Cannot get tag name of empty enum. Fine, byte. Fuck you. Okay, so now he's like, yo, we can't parse the signature. Can we at least, print out what this is? Stood log error, unimplemented signature, this. All right. Unimplemented signature, empty. That's not good. That's not good. What the fuck? Seems bad. Stood debug print. Siglen. Is this like fucking stupid? Zero. That's really bad. So that's bad. What the fuck? We must be doing something wrong here. Let's see. Okay. Len. Like this. All right. So header field destination. This feels. I guess maybe we'll see. Maybe who knows if that's right. I guess we should print out the byte string here directly and see if we agree when we parse it by hand what we get. I think that's probably the play here, right? So just kind of like, can we do something like, how do we make it so that we can just print this stuff out as we read it? I think that it would be. Oh, here we have this. We can just do this here. How the fuck do we print this? Any? Okay. So we think we should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the first 12 bytes lines up to the serial. Okay, so we're expecting a 61 length thing, which I think we did see, if I remember correctly. No, I don't feel like. Well, hold on. Can we print this stuff kind of before we start falling over? That'd be great. Okay, body length 11. Why am I seeing 61 here? Right? Am I crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so the first thing here should be 61. Body length 11 is crazy. It's like he's like way back here still. Can we just do this really quick? This is like alignment is going from self pause to new pause. Like, am I fucking stupid? Can we new line too? Please, God. Yeah, we're like just at 4 all the time. Because we didn't increment the length here. Oops, we just kind of forgot. Wait, what's he pissed about there? Unreachable. Oh, sure. I see. Okay. Is that better? Signature S. This makes more sense. This makes more sense. So our signature of S, where the fuck is that? Parse signature. I guess we should have string here. And we're gonna say if studmem equal S sig return string. We're just gonna be stupid for now. And you can't stop me. You can't stop me! Okay. All of these guys should have new lines, by the way. Cool. So now we want to we need to read the string length, if I remember correctly. I think the string is serialized as length followed by non-null string data of a given length followed by a terminating null byte. Right, so we are expecting to see read U32 for, I guess we switch on the signature, right? And if it is string, then we read the length of the string. Like this, right? And then we dbus reader read bytes of stringlen. Okay. We probably need to do some checking here that like we're not going out of bounds of the header length, right? If we ever get past that, then it's like a fucking bug. But I think there's no like memory issues that could come from that would cause like something really bad to happen. Just like invalid data, which we can just handle later. So I think it's fine. And then is the length with the null byte? Excluding this. So then we need to do dbus reader read byte, and just discard that. There we go. Which theoretically maybe would be a little bit more optimized if we did a discard there, but fuck it. All right. Can we just do this? I guess. Okay, so if we see a byte, we'll just say unimplemented for now. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Try here and here. Errors can propagate. And we got string of this value. Hype. So this is the destination, is this. Then we got invalid header field. Can we do this? Header field bytes is this. Like this, so that we can at least see it. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So we should see a log being like header field 5, which is reply serial. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Reply serial 5. Okay, which is unimplemented signature U. Which we can find here, maybe? Up here, maybe? U int 32. U int 32. So now we go over here and we're like U32. If it's a U, it's a U32. And then we need to handle what happens if we see a U32. We call, read U32. And we print here, U is val. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we got reply serial of 1. And so now I want to know if we punch in that 55 into our serial, do we see reply for 55? Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. Okay, header field 8. What is that? What is that? Signature. So this is the signature of the message body. Ooh, exciting. It is assumed to be an empty signature. If omitted, is assumed to be the empty signature. Sure. So somewhere we need to write this down, right? We need to go like up here. Body signature is a string of empty, right? Then if we see this thing, so first of all, we need to say that there is a header field of body signature, which I think was 8, was it? Yeah, signature. And what we want to do is, I guess let's just keep running and see what type that is. We don't know yet. So he has a signature of G. What does G mean? G means string like basic. A type signature. Right. Okay, so here we want signature, signature of signature, which comes from G. And then this is going to presumably somewhere, like here we're going to have signature and string are going to parse the same way. It's just like we want to use maybe the signature here as a thing that we're printing, right? Okay. reach unreachable call code at read bytes here. Okay, so maybe our string length was invalid. Maybe. Let's see. String len is this. Yeah, I mean, that's insane, right? That is insane. So we have fucked something up. I guess we compare by hand again, right? So we are at what? Can we take this and bring this into Python? I feel like that will be easier for us to like work with over there. We can kind of like poke and prod this thing. So message is hello? Message is this. There we go. And then can we do like, can we parse this as a string? List to string Python. Is that like a thing that like, do they have like a function for that? No. List byte list to string Python maybe? Decode bytes object. Can I make this thing into a bytes? Bytes message. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Okay. So where are we in this thing? We think that we have decoded destination as this location, right? So we should see here, destination here. Then they think we've got like reply serial of 55. So what is 55 in hex? Is it like this? Print the. It's like this. Dot format 55 maybe. No. This hex 37. Which we're not seeing here. Surprising. I would have expected to see that in here, which kind of makes it seem like we're parsing this wrong, right? That's kind of what it seems like. We could be off already by the time we get to, well, no, wait, the reply serial definitely is supposed to be 55. No? Because we sent the 55. So the 55 is like 100% supposed to be correct, right? Which is in here. Wait, am I fucking high? Oh, maybe 55 is like a valid ASCII character that's getting like eaten. That's not. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's possible. 37 is ASCII at 7, yeah. So it's like if we look for the 7 in here, it's probably this one, right? No, that's really early. Right, we're seeing this. We're seeing destination of this shit. Oh, so that would be here. Right, because we're a few behind. Then we are seeing reply serial 55, which is this. Okay, so that's kind of like these 4 bytes here are the reply serial. And so then we're at 40 here, and we think we're seeing a signature. Right, so this, can we look at like message from 40 onwards? Right, so that is not insane, right? We see this like 8 for signature, followed by 1 byte with a G, and G matches, right? Signature is signature. So then he aligns forwards to see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where it's like fucked, right? I think that our signature parsing is incorrect. That's what I have decided. Are we in the right spot here? Hello? This is the wrong thing. So, signature must be marshaled differently than string. I thought it said string like, but maybe I was confused. Where the fuck was this stuff? Like, it's got to be in the wire format, right? Here we go. Signature. The same as string, except the length is single byte. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I was wrong here. So signature now is, in fact, his own part of the match. Because he's going to read 1 byte. Then he's going to do the rest of this. Cool. So then we get... That's not good. Still not looking correct. So can we look at... sig len is this. So this should say... I mean, what do we think in our Python shit? It's still fucking aligned, though? Right? The signature length surely is not 0, right? Maybe it is. Is that allowed? No way. Right? It's like this. It's this 1S is the signature. Then we align forward probably to like... Oh, this is confusing. I'm not really sure what's happening here. I guess it could be. So we see signature. Signature alignment is 1. Okay. So that seems fine. So then we get sig len. Hold on. I fucked something up. Sig len 0. Oh, so the body... That means that the body length is 0. Which means that the hello message returns nothing? Maybe? Hello is supposed to return a string, right? So shouldn't the signature in the response say that he is a string? No? But I guess maybe. So if that was the case, we would see length 0. And then we would just immediately move on to the next thing. Which I don't think makes sense. We're seeing invalid header 7. So where is this header field 7 coming from? That's got to be over here. So how is that happening? Hold on, thinking again. So we're aligning forward to 48 here. Okay, so we go from 45 to 48. So we're at 40. We go 40, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. '46, 47, 48. Wait, so yeah, this signature The 1s0 is clearly the signature. Not sure why there's a 0 between that and the G. I mean, that feels like... I'm not sure if it's clear, right? Because if it's a string, then what is the string length here, right? It would be like 45 is where the string tag starts. So then this needs to be a line forward to 48 to be a multiple of 4 for the string length, which would have like an insanely long length, no? Right? Like this as a uint32 is like crazy long, which I don't think is reasonable, right? Because our whole message is only this length. This would be like S is like a big ASCII number followed by 1 followed by 7. So it's like a 3-digit hex number. It feels like way too long for whatever string length this is. So I'm not convinced that like we're for sure that that's correct. If it wasn't that, what would it be? We see that we're signature field with a signature thing with length 0, right? So that would mean that the next field starts at 44. But 44 is not 8-byte aligned, right? No. So then why is there stuff in here? It's confusing. Little confusing. Right, so that's why when we parse this thing, we align forwards to 48 now and read the next header field of 7. Which might, this part going forwards could make sense, right? Here we see header field 7 is sender, who is a string with length of 14 of org free desktop dbus, right? That kind of makes sense. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe we get like garbage memory. Signature ends with a null byte as well. Oh, which we did read. So that explains, if we look at this again, signature, length 1, null byte, and then maybe we're seeing garbage memory from like the stack of the sender, right? This could literally just be stack memory that hasn't been cleared. Because then we align forward and we read the next thing correctly. So I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I'd be a little shocked. That seems like a massive fucking security hole if you're fucking... signature is always S on hello, right? Signature can't have 0 length. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying we read signature here, and the signature has hex 1s of the body is one string. The body is a string. I see. So we read, sorry. So if we see signature, we read signature string. Oh my god. So this is like a double point. It's like almost like a double pointer, right? The signature, we see the tag signature. We have to parse a string that is the signature. Yes. So we forgot somewhere when we saw G. No, that doesn't seem right either. Oh, when we call parse signature here, we have to consume a byte after this. Is that true? Can we look at message kind of just in general? So where is there like another signature in here? Right, so like when we see like a U as our signature, he doesn't have any trailing null. So I don't know why the G would. Right, this 0 is confusing to me. Because I agree with you guys that it makes sense that this is the string in the body. Like, I agree with that, but I'm not sure why there's a 0 between here, because it's like, okay, let's read the variant deserialization again. The marshaled signature of a complete type followed by the marshaled value with the type given to the signature, right? So we see alignment 1 for the signature, which is 2 bytes, right? So we read this as the signature here. This 1G. Then signature is the same as string. Oh, but the length of a single byte? Yeah, so there's no alignment of the string following either, no? Like, I don't believe... Like, if this is a null terminator, because the signature string is supposed to be null terminated, then how come everything else is parsing okay? You know what I mean? Is the wirepacking not documented? That's what we're reading. That's what we're reading right now. We're trying to like correlate what is in the docs with what we're seeing, I think. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. It is null terminated, but then how come anything else is succeeding? Right, because we aren't looking at that for the other header fields that we're parsing. Right? Like here in... So like, okay, looking at this message, we have we know the first 12 bytes is like not variable stuff, right? So we get to the 12 onwards. We should see if we are parsing this thing correctly. We know that bytes 12 to 16 are the array lengths. We don't care about those, right? We start with header field 6. Destination. Oh, maybe because of the alignment. So because this thing is a string, we always align forwards and skip this null byte. And that's why it succeeded. Then... Oh, but this... Okay, so then we read string of length 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then jump forward to the next alignment. So I assume that's here, right? So it should be like 25 or something. 30. 32 is the next 4-byte, the next 8-byte alignment, right? So we're seeing this header field 5, this reply serial. See, then we see signature length 1, U, which has a null padding here. Then we align for... Yep, no, you guys are right. You guys are right. This 007 was confusing. Yeah, so we should be seeing... It's here. Every time we parse the signature, we need to consume 1 more byte. Or we could consume header bytes plus 1 here. And this parse signature function should be looking for nulls at the end, right? So he should be saying like null, null, null. Can we not do null in like, can we not null escape zig string? Is that not allowed? X00, okay. Okay. So now we see the signature here of 1, and everything else is still parsing the same. So I think that was right. I think that the reason that we were allowed to parse these things before was because we just happened to be aligning forward after every single one. I see. Okay, cool. So now we are at header field 7, which is a thing that makes sense, sender. So header fields, we need 7 is sender. And we just run and we get through the whole thing. Now, this is like impossible to parse, right? But we do see like sender is org free desktop dbus. So I think the next thing that we want to do is we want to like turn this into a nice little thing. So what do we want out of this? We want something that's like parse header probably. Which maybe is like a dbus reader. This name dbus reader is like a little bit confusing because it's really more like dbus message reader. Like we make one per message, but whatever. And I think what's gonna go in here is all of this stuff, right? Delete word and u8, comma, and then we need to fix the types here. So actually, these are wrong types. This should be debug endianness. This is a message type. Flags is unset so far. Major version, dbus version. Body length here is U32. Serial is U32. And then we want to parse this thing as like headers. Header field, right? How are you liking IO reader writers? Is it working well for parsing stuff like this? The reader feels pretty good. I like mostly there's like I have like some naming issues, but mostly it's like fine. This is header. Oh, gross. Can we rename this to header field tag? Can we just do this like header field KB maybe? But like yeah, it mostly feels good. I think that like it's the like correct. Or at least like I like the rationale behind the interfaces. The buffer in the interface makes a lot of sense. Like the parsing stuff feels okay. There's a couple missing functions as well that I would like to see. Right? Like I would love to see something that's like take or peak until like from pause or something, right? Something that lets me like look for the 5th new line so that I can find one that's like prefixed by something. But I do like the buffer in the interface thing. Like it feels pretty nice, right? You can kind of just be like, fill this shit up as much as you can. Let me look for a thing. It feels like mostly okay. Key. So this is actually the field type here is going to be a header field. And val is going to be some like dbus val, right? Like it seems like we need something like this where we have like dbus val is a union enum kind of backed by the same. It feels like the types, the names here should match, no? So it kind of feels like we kind of have this. And eventually signature might be union enum as well because of like the like arrays of things. But for now, we'll just say that this is like backed by a signature tag. Okay. And then here we have like byte is a U8. We have string is a const U8. We have a signature is a const U8. U32 is U32, right? Now we have to be careful here because if we use these things, it's like they get invalidated on like every iteration of read. So we need to like immediately copy them. So this like parse header definitely needs like an allocator here. And he's gonna return a header. Which means that this can just be parse, right? in here. And we are going to take this chunk of shit. All of this stuff kind of moves into this parse function. I guess. Fuck these prints everywhere. Then at the end of this, we should, like, if dbus reader pause is not equal to end header pause, return error invalid header, probably. And then we just, like, return the thing. So we take all these fields. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on here? Endianness. We have message type is equal to message type. We have flags equal to flags. We have this is a made version, whatever. Body length is body len. Serial is serial. Okay. Where did this version come from? Why is this header field unused? Oh, because we haven't figured out how to, like, pack that in yet. Okay. Okay, so header fields is confusing because we can't, like, pre-allocate we can't, like, pre-allocate how many headers there are going to be because we only have this number of we only have the, like, size of this thing in bytes in the header. So if I want to pre-allocate this thing, it's, like, not super trivial. I guess we parse first with and then pack them into an array later. Can we do that? Not very easily. Can we guess? Is there a maximum length? Maybe? If there's a maximum length, then we're kind of chill. Fields. An array at the end of the header contains header fields, where each field is 1 byte field code followed by a field value. A header must contain the required header fields for its message type, and 0 or more of any optional header fields. Okay, future versions of this, blah, blah. If it sees a field code is not expected, it must accept and ignore the field. It must be part of a new but compatible version of the spec. This also applies to known header fields appearing in unexpected messages. For example, if a signal has a reply shell, blah, 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 blah. So I think it's just unknown. Which is fine. We can just, like, kind of put them in some scratch space first and then copy them into a slice at the end. Oh, we don't fucking have stud yet. But I would like to. I would like to. So that we can do here, wherever the fuck we were. I want to be able to have some scratch space. Which is like stud, alloc, linear allocator. I want to do checkpoint the linear allocator. And then I want to defer scratch restore to the checkpoint. And then I want to make a stud util runtime segmented list linear of, you know, these header fields. You know, and we're like, we don't know how long they are, but we have some good guesses, right? So we're going to use the scratch allocator here and here for the expansions. And we're going to say, like, it will probably be less than, I guess in reality, like, if there are more than 100 of these, then they can go fuck themselves, right? Like, surely. Like, in that case, we don't even really need the scratch allocator, right? We can kind of just say, like, yo, don't, if you have more than 100, fuck you. And then we can kind of just do it in line, right? We can just do, like, headers temp is an array list of strings init buffer with headers temp buff. Which is array of 100 strings. And what we do is we push into this thing every time we see a header. This is wrong. This is sorry. Header field KV is what this is. Header field KV. Yeah, nice. So every time we see one of these fuckers, this read here could fuck up the string that we read here. So we need to immediately be like alloc dupe s here. And this is, headers temp append this thing. Yes, dude. Append bounded. And this is like val or whatever, and key is signature. No, it was header field. Something like this. And then we do this again for the signature. And for the U32, like this. Except these values now are probably the wrong fucking type, right? Oh, Scratch doesn't exist yet anymore, right? I think I'm just not gonna include. It's fine. Technically, this major version, wherever the fuck we parse it, we technically have a dbus version here that is only allowed to be a single value. Yeah, okay. So can we call this parse function instead of doing whatever the fuck we were doing in main? Parse signature. Nope. Header dot parse with. Do we have an allocator yet? No. No, we do not. For now, we use fixed buffer allocator. For now. However, it is likely that at some point we have to upgrade. But for now, we can get away without it. Okay. Okay, const header, oopsies. Header is this. Stood debug print, then we get this thing. Header. All right. Okay. So now he's got to be mad at all sorts of stuff. 226. He's like, yeah, I don't know why the fuck I put the slice in there again. Key doesn't exist, so this is type, not key. Tip. 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 Expected dbus val. Yeah, so this guy has to be. What are our dbus val options? String and signature. Oh, so we don't have to store the. We're idiots. This thing already has the type encoded, so this is just dbus val like this. Because the type is part of dbus val. It's part of it. So then it's just like here we have to do like a union in it here. So it's like union init with header of dbus val with header field alloc dupe u8s. Is that right? I'm not quite sure that that is the right code. Unable to resolve comp time value. So this guy we need to explicitly say string. Const u8 has no members. Am I getting this wrong? Union init. Oh, it's string here like this. Missing struct field header fields. Right, so then this is down here. Header fields is a alloc dupe of dbus val from headers temp items or something. Something like this. Expected type dbus val found dbus val. This should be a fucking array. You're right. You're right. Okay. So that union init was correct. So then we just need to apply this to the other guys. So here it's signature. And then here it is U32. So why the fuck am I union editing it all? Am I fucking stupid? I think I am. This should just be like this. I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. U32. All right. Okay. Sure. So can we get rid of all these prints now? And maybe then we can print it after parsing, which would be nicer. Oh, I am not. I'm back to being a dumbass. These things did want to be. I got confused about what key we were looking at. Header field KV. Type is a message type. Val is a dbus val. And this type and this value need to sync up probably. But for now, we're not going to do that. I got confused. Too many things to keep track of. But it's okay. We're getting closer. So it's just like this. I think. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom. And then type is header field. And this is val equals this. All right. Expected message type found header field. Yeah, I'm fucking high. This is header field. Okay. Then here, somewhere. Who's he pissed about? 276. Header field KV. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so we should be able to now format this thing a little bit nicer. Let's do a little function format on this thing. Format. Self is a header. And writer is a stud IO writer. Cool. This guy goes over all his fields. Stud debug writer print. Is it easy to convert this? It's like try w print colon this, jump to the colon, paste just whatever, and then paste this thing again with self in front. Okay. And then it's the header fields we need to iterate. So for self header fields, it's we do like headers. Do we want to do new lines here? Fuck it. I think that's kind of like against the way you're supposed to do these formats, but you can't fucking stop me. You can't stop me. Tag to string, probably. And then this dbus val needs a function format on him as well. Dbus val to writer. And this is switch on self, probably. Can he just wait? Yeah. Actually, can we just do? Yeah, I guess we do this like this. So can we? I think we don't even have to like contain the information here, right? We just kind of log it as necessary. Writer print byte. Write byte. I think we actually want to format this thing as a number. I think we kind of want to be like this. Yeah. There we go. String is an S. Signature is also an S. U32 is can we just use V here for everyone? V. Okay. Okay. So now when we run this thing, we should get like a nice little formatted little guy. Hopefully. Nice! There is our fucking parsed response. Holy shit, an hour and 20 minutes later. Holy, but look at this. And we actually haven't finished parsing, we've only parsed the header. Oh! We still need to parse the body, man, which we don't know how to do. Okay, so I think it's like we align forward. I think it's align forwards to 8 bytes, if I remember correctly. The body. The message body up to 7 bytes. Yeah, the header does not naturally land on an 8-byte boundary up to this. So I guess this should maybe be part of the header parsing, to be honest. All right, so like this. And now we need to parse the body. So based off the header body len, we can do something with this, surely, right? I kind of feel like we can make like a body reader now. It just kind of feels like that makes sense to me. Because then we can look at like body reader pause and do like while this is less than header body len, right? That kind of feels natural. Then like we're kind of just like we expect this stuff to just be like, am I crazy that it's just this, like we have the signature already and we just fucking follow that? Right? If we just like print out this as an any, like what is left in this IO reader, I feel like it will just be like the signature, it will be a string, right? Because our signature from the header says it's just a string. That's a lot. That feels like a lot, right? So the signature of the body is a single string. who he says is of length 6, theoretically, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a null terminator. Oh, and then this is a new message. Oh, that's interesting. So does that mean that, like, this guy, is he still responding to 55? Like, what is all this? It has to be another reply. Or maybe like a request. Maybe. Yeah, this could just be like more shit. Okay. So that's that. We'll get through it. We'll get through that. So here we say, um, we just look at this thing and we say, like, this parsing loop for the signature stuff. It's almost like the signature value here. This needs to be another signature tag, right? So that we can look at it and switch on it. Switch on that thing. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I can't help myself. So here we want to call parse signature on S. Like this. That feels reasonable so far. I guess it's kind of like this now because that's expecting the null byte when we call parse signature. And so now the signature should come in as string or something. Invalid format string S for signature tag. Oh, sure. Yes, 6. So now this thing, we know it's a string, and we can kind of just switch on that, right? You can say switch on beep boop beep boop. Fucking dumbass fucking brain. Dude, it's actually like falling apart. Header dot signature. Body. Oh, we have to iterate the header fields until we find it. For header fields, we're looking for if h.tip is equal to signature, then we have like body signature is equal to a signature tag of null, right? Then we iterate these things, look for it, and we say body signature is equal to this thing, right? Then we switch on the, and we say like if body signature, oh, we kind of have like the default signature of empty, right? If that thing was omitted, I think is what they said. Empty, right? So signature tag should have empty in here. And then we start this thing as empty here. And then we switch on the signature here. Easy. And if it's empty, we do nothing. I guess maybe we like assert or like check body len is equal to 0. Maybe we can just do that. If header body len is not equal to 0, turn error invalid body or something. If it's a string, we just do our like, I think we don't need this body reader anymore, actually. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. dbus reader read u32 for header endianness, you know, slen is this. So maybe there should be like a general read string out of this thing, but for now, read bytes s len, and then we read byte 1 to discard, right? Okay. And I guess here we just like print body is this. Can we just do else unreachable here? Because we don't know how to fucking handle that yet. 181. What's he pissed about? These have to be in the same order? Oh, that's crazy. 173 is mad about missing empty. Or not, no, 173, sorry. 245. Can we just say empty is unreachable for now? Because I don't know what to do there. 172, another one? No, hold on. 188, another one? Nothing to print if it's empty. Okay, so we hit an unreachable. Interesting. At 376. So down here, the body signature, it was not a string. It's right here. Signature is a string. I see it with my eyeballs. I see it right here. I see it. So what do you mean? It has to be. Body sig. Like, hello? Am I fucking stupid? Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. No. No, I'm not stupid. Signature string, but I'm seeing signature of signature. Hello? Am I parsing the wrong thing? Where is it even logging that? It's logging that here. This header has this thing as signature colon string. It has to. So how am I getting body signature signature? What the fuck? What the fuck? Is it something stupid? Like I have to dereference something? H val is a dbus val, which I'm assigning to a signature. So this should be, holy shit. That's a thing you can do? If I have a union here and I'm assigning it to an enum, Zig just lets you do that? I had no fucking idea. I had no idea. So if this is not equal to signature, this is an error. Invalid signature. And now I can just use that here. Okay. We did it! We parsed a message, baby! Let's fucking go! Now what's confusing here is there's more stuff in the fucking buffer. Right? There's like more stuff here. Unless buffered doesn't do what I thought it did. I mean, this looks like the same fucking message, no? Is it possible that our R reader is not seeking forwards? Because this should be returning from rseek. Looks like it sent a signal message. Yeah, am I missing it? Let's take a look. So let's print this as any. I mean, yeah, this is shorter, right? So we made it down to a second, like 1084. Oh yeah, so we made it to here. Yeah, I see. Okay, so can we turn this into parse message maybe? What do we want? Like, what do we want out of this thing when we get a response, right? Presumably, we're going to have eventually some sort of like asynchronous call response thing, right? So we're going to send a message and he's going to eventually give us something back and we're going to want to like correlate that um between like our previous requests and we're going to need to like do some handling of that somewhere else, right? So I think that this maybe doesn't return a header. This guy might just straight up return the body as part of this thing, right? Right? Like something like this. And if later we'll support arrays in dbus val, but then we kind of just move this body parsing stuff kind of into the header parsing. Right? So we kind of get here. And here, the body signature stuff, we don't have to like extract from the headers with a second loop anymore. He's just kind of part of this header parsing loop. So he starts with body signature like this, right? When he finds here, if it's like, I guess it's like here, like if header field is equal to, was it signature? Then body signature is equal to whatever we parsed. So headers temp last val signature. If I guess like last val is this, if last val is not equal to signature, return error invalid body, the invalid signature. Then we look at this thing and then we parse the body at the end. So wherever the fuck that was, maybe like here, we parse the body and then we assign this here. So we say like body is a dbus val is equal to empty, probably. Then if we get a string, we say body is equal to string is a dupe of this string because he is going to die on the next read. So true. And then at the bottom here, we can just say body is body. And then we need to make sure to print the body in our list of shit that we're printing from the header. So then we can delete all of this. And we're going to have to rename header, but for now, it's like this. 292, he's mad because we're trying to look at some stuff that we haven't created yet. Header is not a thing yet anymore because we are in the header parsing. Oh, I have this fucking twice now for some reason. Ditch this shit. This guy needs to try to dupe here. And we hit an unreachable. Fuck. At 300. Oopsies. All right. So now this thing comes in like this, and now we should be able to just kind of say, like, can we just do this again? You know what I mean? Like, I actually think this like header parse probably should take an IO reader directly. And he like creates his dbus reader inside as like part of his helpers now. I think. I don't know, man. Pause is 0. Reader is IO reader, like this. And then this makes this really nice, right? Then we can just go like IO reader here. We don't even have to do this fill more anymore. We just kind of go like this. And we can kind of do 4, 0 to 2. We can see what he gives us. Okay, so we get through the first message, then he's sending us another thing, unimplemented signature O. So that's easy though. O is object, which doesn't exist yet, but we can make it exist. An object and string, I think, are actually fucking the same. I think. Where is all this stuff? Exactly the same as string. Yeah, except it has my valid object path, which we don't care about yet. So we just parse object. He's mad because that's not in object here. It needs to also be one of these. And so I guess that means that we're kind of back here to this guy wants to do union in it now because he's got multiple types that he could be. So it's like, this is a union of dbus val with tag name of t, which we don't have yet. And then the value is this dupe here. And so I think that we need to go like this here, and we have the tag, except the tag doesn't come out like this. What the fuck? Does this not have to be comp time? Like, I don't think this will work. On a value, yeah, so what the fuck? What the fuck? Because oh my god, do I just have to copy paste this? I swear I shouldn't have to copy paste this, but I don't know another way to deal with this right now. So we'll just kind of put a fix me on here. Copy, paste with string WTF. Because all I'm changing in here is this object field. But whatever. 190 is pissed that we don't have object here. There we go. Okay, so now we see that he has sent us a signal message after that says name acquired. Hype. Hype. Does he send us a third message? We could just do like while true here. Just let's see everything he sends us. So that's it. So we send our hello message, and he sends us back a message that says, hey, I have returned your answer. So when we say hello, he returns the unique name of this connection. And then he says, hey, everyone, I assume, bitches listen up, someone has acquired a name. So that's name acquired here. Signal sent to a connection when it requires a name. So I don't know why this exists. Like, this is only sent to us. Like, wouldn't the method just not succeed? We get the answer, but sure, whatever. Holy shit. I did not think that this would take that long. I was hoping to get through more today. This was the first bullet. But it's almost 4, so I guess we call it here. We managed to parse a response. Look at us go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream most days. We aim for 12:30 to 4 o'clock Pacific time. It is almost 4 now, so anywhere between 3.5 hours ago and now, so you should expect to see us live. We are working on this dbus parser or dbus library, I guess, as a partial thing as our Wayland compositor. So if you want to see that, swing back by. YouTube link in the Twitch description, etc., etc. You know, Patreon, Twitch, YouTube members are all places where you can support. Also, get access to second halves of the stream VODs if you can't catch them live. Today we were working on like a memory pool that supports like reorder, like batch reclamation of objects with like defragging, with like callbacks to system to make sure that like any handles to outstanding things have been removed and moved correctly, stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes we do, you know, clean up work that's hard to title, stuff like that. So if you want to see that, subscribe or like, you know, click the button that you pay with. I don't remember. Patreon, YouTube member, Twitch. Anyway, let's stop plugging. YouTube, peace out, and Twitch, let's find someone to raid.